one, that what is our continued theme? I think our continued theme, I've been saying it for years, is how to nourish our lives, how to have good physical, spiritual, financial health, well-being. That's been said that over the years, we have a lot of requests from people saying, what are the basic rules that we can nourish our lives, right? We can really keep ourselves well. So one step is that we will do it together. We'll do it together every week, and let's spend 45 minutes. Let's see each other. Let's create this community of well-being. Let's do it. So the first part is that I want to show you how to breathe. A lot of times, a lot of people, when you are in clinic, and then people are not breathing right. They're not breathing deeply. So what is the right way to breathe? 5.5 second rules, right? You breathe in, ideally use your nose, okay? 5.5, you count 5.5. And breathe out from your mouth.
I'm sorry, Dr. Liu, you have to unmute yourself. Only Dr. Liu to unmute himself, please.
Okay.
Thank you, great.
Okay. So I was saying the best way, well, this is a really interesting research topic. I know many of you like to do research, and really search. I want you to search in other traditions, that in other traditions of healing, do they also mention the 5.5 second rules? So because in traditional Chinese medicine, we believe 5.5 seconds breathe in with your nose, 5.5 seconds breathe out with your mouth. That is the best way to breathe throughout the day. But today, we want to do some deep breathing. Deep breathing is, I want you to breathe in with your nose as long as you can, the inhale as long as you can, and breathe out from your mouth, the exhale as long as you can. I want you to put your hands, the left hands, on the point of dantian. Where is dantian? Dantian is 3 cun, 1 cun, 2 cun, 3 cun. We carry our own measurement. Find your belly button. Way below, that's the point of dantian. Dantian is very important. That's where your vital energy shows. So hold that point. You don't want other people to get access to it. That's yours. And then use your right hands put on the top of your left hand. And your legs should be shoulder-wise. And now breathe in and out with me. We will do 10 times together. Now we bow. Good. Now we will start our 10 energy movements. I want you to put your legs shoulder-wise. Relax the whole body. We will do 10 times or 5 times. Just follow my lead. This is movement 1. We use our hands, both of hands, to touch the heavens. By doing this, we are releasing the toxins and boosting our triple burner, which is our connective tissues and body fluid, reducing the toxins in those systems. And slowly creating an energy field for ourselves. Touch the sky. Now we're moving to movement 2. And the movement 2 is to squeeze to get movements of our immune system and of our lymphatic system. How do we do that? We put our legs we are moving our lymphatic system.
My video stopped.
Now we do movement 3. 3 is we put our left hand touch earth, right hand touch sky. The purpose of this movement.
Video stopped.
So all the videos stopped or just yours? So Sarah, is your video okay?
I
Looks
can
like,
video. My
see
everything. Video's fine.
It was fine?
It's
Yeah.
fine. Probably that one person's video.
Okay.
Otherwise,
mine-
click on gallery view. And you can see everyone, including Dr. Lu.
My video is stopped still.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I will let Sarah and Aaron figure out this piece, and well, the rest of us, we're going to do our movement 3.
I can only see the gallery view, not the large screen of you.
Yeah, looks like some sort of technical difficulty. So let's stay with gallery view.
So should I stop or should I?
Oh, no, Dr. Lu, you can continue.
Okay,
But it's hard to follow because we can't see all the movements very well.
You can change your gallery view in the upper right corner.
Yeah, but then Dr. Lu doesn't come onto the main screen.
He comes
Oh.
onto the main screen when he talks and otherwise not. That's-
okay, okay,
Right,
Not
yeah,
for me.
now we can see.
okay.
It's back online.
I will keep talking.
Okay, there we go.
So-
Yes, if everybody could just be muted, that way Dr. Lu can stay on the speaker view.
Okay, excellent. So we're going to do the movement 3. Okay, with one hand, we're going to touch the heaven and the other, the earth. And we meet in the middle. And we're doing this to strengthen our GI system. As we know, we often says 脾胃为后天之本, which means our immune system is the second most important system in our body. Okay. So now we're going to move on to our next movement. Our next movement, you can either put your hands like this or put behind your back on your kidneys. Either like this or like this. Okay. The next one, this one is where strengthen your neck, upper shoulders, and your spine, and your brain health. Slowly move your neck as much as you can. A lot of people have neck pain, upper shoulder tightness, brain fog, spine inflammation, and this movement. Now we're moving to movement number 5. So we put our hands on our knees. And then what we're doing, we're squeezing out of the fire out of our system, right? Because fire creates inflammation. So I want you to look at your buttocks, okay? Got it? Look at your butt, please. And also we're squeezing out of the toxins, out of your intestines and your colon. This one really should be muted because some of you may release gas. Which is very natural and good. Okay. And now the next movement, we are strengthening your lower back, your hip, your legs, and also your hamstring. So I want you to lean back slowly as much as you can, and then lean forward, bend down forward slowly to touch the ground. Don't hurt yourself if you cannot touch the ground. You can touch whatever you can do. The whole key is to stretch out and yet do it safely. Okay, so the next movement is to strengthen your lungs and strengthen your liver system, and again, strengthen your intestines. It's move your intestines. So I want you to put your hands like this. Gotta make that sound. And then the next movement is I want you to use your toe to stand up, up, your heels up. Hi, up. And then drop it on the floor. Hi, up. You gotta drop your toe off. Yeah, good. So this one is really good to clean up your kidney system. If people who have bladder infections, kidney stones, low sexual drive, and this is a movement you shall do. Okay, now we are moving to our number 9. So the number 9 is focused on, it's a longevity movement. It's focused on 6 meridian lines on your legs. It's on the yoga mat. Okay. And put your legs as wide as you feel comfortable. And use your chin to touch your knee, okay? Go down slowly. If you can't touch it, no worries. You will be eventually. Okay. To do this, we are really strengthening the 6 meridian lines on your legs and also help to increase the flexibility. Flexibility is very important for longevity. Okay, so now we're doing our last movement. Our last movement is really strengthen from the head to your toe. From the head to the toe is the most relaxing and movements that really just move all the meridian lines, blood vessels, your lymphatic systems. Just move it slowly down, down, up in that fashion, okay? By doing that, you use your forehead or you use your nose, you use your chin, try to touch that ground. Again, if you cannot, don't hurt yourself, no big deal. We'll get there eventually, okay? And hold it for 5 seconds. Now you feel your toes are blossoming like a spring flower. And you feel the whole spine relaxing. Now we bow. Apple, can you play that somewhere else? Hello. So now we have completed our 10 energy movements. A little background story. Okay, so let me just play with Apple for 1 second. Hey, Apple, this one is actually better. If I were you, I would choose this one, because this one is so much better than that one. It's like 100 times better. Maybe you don't want it. Maybe I'll want it. Oh, now you heard. There we go. Okay. So, background story about this 10 energy movements. 10 energy movement was first created, oh, legend says, nobody really knows, but it says in late Tang Dynasty, which is 1500 years back or 1600 years back, by Liu Zu Huineng's followers. That Liu Zu Huineng is really one of the first monk started Chenzu. And I believe here in the US, people call that Zen Buddhism. So they do that for a variety of reasons, because this is really one of the best way to get the whole system going, right? To get the whole different type of organ systems going, and also promote flexibility and longevity. And then in Song Dynasty, one of the generals, General Yue Fei, and he adopted this version, and then he started doing this among his army, because when his army conquered Hojin, that they had plagues somewhere, and then so to promote well-being, to promote to be really, I think, boost up immune system, even though they didn't say it, then they just said promote well-being, that Yue Fei's army start to use this energy movements, and later on the enemy part of Iran start doing the same thing. So they would, legend said, who knows if it's true or what, but they would both sides take a little break, right, do the energy movements and then attack each other. So so that's, and then in Qing Dynasty, that was being adopted again, through monasteries, monks carry out traditions and keep doing the energy movements and so on and so forth. Yes, see, Afu is one of my very faithful listeners. Then it was introduced to Qing's emperor's family, actually by my family, because my family has been doing healing and medicine for the court in Qing Dynasty. My family was in medicine for over 900 years, but serving the Qing court for over 200 years. So during this 200 years that you try to keep people, that a lot of people are not able to, including the emperor himself, are not supposed to go out of the palace, which is, I think, is very cruel. But anyways, so to keep them healthy and to keep them fit. So then this is 10 energy movements is really their daily exercise. So actually it was 16. But I cut it to 10. Eventually we'll add it up to 16 movements again. So this is really the background of this 10 energy movements. So now let's move to our next topic, is that, well, when you visit our clinic, sometimes that we both sides feel that we're, especially my old patients, they know a lot more about traditional Chinese medicine than compared to most of the population here, so they really understand the terminology. And but with neuro patients, that sometimes they struggle to understand or to know what is the basic language, what is the basic concept and about traditional Chinese medicine. So that is a, by just kind of reading through the attendance today among yourselves, and there are many professors. So, here I'm a little bit struggling how to introduce a very complex concept in a term that people would be easily to understand. So let's start with basics. So what is the most important concept in traditional Chinese medicine? And in Lu's family healing, that's my family tradition, and in the healing traditions that I'm from, I would say that the most important concept is the unity between nature and people. It's the unity between, or the oneness between nature and us and people. And also the harmony between the heaven means that the energy, right? And humanity. That's in the more spiritual part. Part one is the harmony between heaven, the truth, or the spirit, or the Tao, the way, the harmony between that and humanity. So the centerpiece is really the unity between nature and human, and the oneness within. So what does that mean? And then remember this concept, this is very important. Then you will understand why we approach health and healing in such a way. Then the observation of nature is, there are 4 seasons. If you can move the camera to see now, today outside is gorgeous, isn't it? It is beautiful. If you haven't taken a walk today, go out and walk. So we are one, we are a part of nature. So therefore, the element within us, right, an element of nature. So we have spring, we have summer, we have fall, we have winter, we have those elements, we have stars, we have the moon, we have the sun, we have the rivers, we have the mountains, we have the grassland, and we have the earth, we have that in us. We are a part of nature. We are one with nature. So always remember, always go back to that. That's why when we say in the spring and summer, what would you nourish? In the fall and winter, what elements would you nourish and why? Because we have all these elements in us. So we are one with nature. When the nature is well, we are well, because we can take the abundance from nature. When the nature is sick, is not well, can we be well? I pretty much doubt it. But can we individually be okay? Yes. So that's a part of how you nourish your life, which in the sequence of courses and when you come to clinic, that's what we try to teach people. Okay, so even though a part of nature together, we really kind of are not doing well to protect nature. So how do we be mindful to our little part to get the nature better, and then at the same time to stay away from that energy, right, to keep ourselves well. So that is the topic of how to nourish our lives. So again, the most important concept in traditional Chinese medicine is oneness with nature, is the unity, is we are a part of nature. We cannot take ourselves away from nature. So in Huangdi Neijing, Yellow Emperor, we say 天明则日月不明. If the nature reveals itself, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. What does that mean? That means that power is such a power that if it reveals itself, then we'll be in trouble. But we also say 四时不正, that's not good. 四时不正 is if the winter is no longer winter, now we see global warming. That's not good because that will increase the stagnation. The stagnation will create inflammation that will cause cancer, which we see a lot of cases in the past 5 or 7 years already. So our goal is how to then nourish our lives so we can create, even though the nature, we will do our part to protect, to not continue to screw up nature, but what can we do to create, we call 小周天, it's the little environment we have to protect ourselves from. And I think that is the topic we'll continue to work on, we'll continue to talk about. We do still have a pandemic out there. So that really is, how do we keep balance our immune system? So our immune system will have proper response. We will have this little protective energy field. So that is the topic of nourish one's life, and that is the topic we will keep at it.
Dr. Liu, thank you. I hate to interrupt you, such a beautiful introduction. We have just a couple of minutes. I want to make sure we have the opportunity for any questions. Please feel free. You've all been sent an invitation to unmute yourself if you would like to ask your question directly or send to me via the chat.
Dr. Liu, I tried to read The Yellow Emperor and it was too hard. I had to return the book. I don't know if there's a Cliff Notes of The Yellow Emperor because I think it's foundational to Chinese medicine, isn't it?
There are some, I think there are some books that is easier to read. And in our clinic, we actually have that book list that we can, after that, we can post that book list. And that is for people who try to understand basic concepts. We'll start there, maybe. Yellow Emperor, I agree with you, it is hard. With the original text.
Dr. Liu, just wrapping up here really briefly, and I'm so sorry, we absolutely will continue the conversation next week. Some of our audience would like to know just the best time of day to add the 10 energy movements, and if you can conclude with what are the best ways.
So the best time, the first best time, there is 3 best time. There, best, less best, and the least best, but still best. So the best is between 7 in the morning and 8 in the morning. That's the best. So because that's energy movements that really kind of squeeze it, that help to detox and help to get the stagnation moving and help to move up the lymph more and to move your colon. So that's the best. The second best is between 10 to 11 in the morning. That's the second best. The third best is between 4 and 5. That's the third best. So let's say if we couldn't do it in the morning, and then that's the third best.
So Dr. Liu, when you do the movements in the morning, should you do them before you eat?
You do that before you eat, yes.
Yeah.
And then the first thing is you drink your water, right? And remember that 10 ounces of warm water, and you drink that, and then you start doing the energy movements.
Dr. Liu, is it possible to get a copy of the video of the 10 energy movements?
Oh, I think that this is taped.
Oh,
and,
good.
And we also have the YouTube link, and Sarah will send out the YouTube link to all of you as well.
Great, thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liu.
Thank
You
you.
are really welcome. So,
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Dr. Lou.
Thank you
we shall
so much.
do it together next week. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Can you end this?
My body's all messed up.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Lou.
Thanks so much. Wonderful.